pod machine or drip machine? It used to be you had to choose or get both, but not anymore. Cuisinart's Coffee Center Grind and Brew Plus aims to combine these two coffee brewing methods to make the ultimate home coffee maker. It's actually a 3-in-1 device that rolls a drip coffee maker, a blade grinder, and a single-serve K-Cup coffee maker into one convenient unit. I'm Erin from Tech Gadgets Canada and Tech Gadgets International, and in this review I'll test it out in my home over several weeks to see what it's like to use, how the coffee is, and whether I think it's a good bet for you. Let's start with what's in the box. This coffee machine has a slightly larger footprint than most, but that's because it does more than average. Inside the box, you get the coffee maker unit itself. There's also a 12-cup glass carafe with removable lid, a reusable metal mesh basket filter, coffee scoop, and a water filter for inside the tank. When it comes to the machine itself, under the top lid is the water reservoir access, as well as the grinder, which has its own lid. Worth pointing out is that if you forget to put the lid on the grinder, the machine won't brew any coffee. At the front of the machine is where you access the filter basket using a subtle push button. The filter basket swings out front and you can use that included metal mesh filter or drop in your own paper filter if you prefer, as I do. On the right-hand side of the machine is the coffee pod brewer. There's a fold-down mug rest so you can insert different sizes of cups. At the top, you pop in the pods and fill the water for that side of the tank. Let's start by taking a look at some of the key features of this automatic drip coffee machine. Right out of the gate, I can see the convenience of having the built-in grinder. I have owned numerous grinders over the years, from inexpensive blade grinders to more expensive burr grinders. Regardless of the type, these are additional appliances that also take up valuable counter space. But freshly ground coffee does make a huge difference in your morning cup. And for this reason, Cuisinart gets high marks for including it in the machine. Put in whatever amount of beans you need for the water you'll use, a couple of spoons or enough for a full pot. Now, for coffee aficionados, this is not the best grinder in the world. It is, after all, a blade grinder, and those tend to chop some coffee beans into a fine powder, while others get crushed into a coarser fragment. But it's still decent quality, and more importantly, it's really convenient for home use, particularly if you've been buying pre-ground coffee. Now, what I am sure of is that a built-in grinder is definitely better than using store-bought ground coffee that's been ground a few weeks or even a few months prior. The grinder has a chute that empties directly into the filter basket, so you don't need to make a mess transferring the ground coffee. The grinder works quickly, pulverizing the beans in just a couple seconds. It'll continue to run even after it's clearly finished the job, so there's very little risk of residual beans being left behind. A couple of the key features here: there is an automatic timer so you can wake up to fresh coffee at whatever time you want in the morning. There's a water filter included so your water is pure and fresh, and you can adjust the brew strength too if you want. I primarily used this machine to make drip coffee. I used both coffee beans and ground coffee and was really satisfied with the results of both. The machine is fast and it has an effective grinder which delivers the ground coffee right into that filter basket without any spillage. The machine will beep to let you know it's ready, brewing a full pod in about 10 minutes. But if you can't wait, there's also a built-in pause and serve feature which will hold the brewing coffee in the filter basket while you splash out a quick cup. The water reservoir is easy to fill from either the front or the side since the lid opens fully to 90 degrees, unlike some gimmicky coffee makers I've tried previously. With the water reservoir full and the beans in the grinder, you'll push the carafe button to make a full pot, then the brew button on the front. If by chance you're using pre-ground coffee, just select the grind off button. The machine doesn't have adjustable temperature control for the carafe, but it does keep the coffee quite hot. You can also adjust how long the coffee should stay warm for after brewing, up to 4 hours. Let's explore the other side of the machine. The Coffee Center Grind and Brew Plus uses Keurig or K-Cup pods, or you can use reusable K-Cups, which are sold separately if you want to keep waste down. This side of the machine works just like a traditional Keurig. Pop the pod in and then press the pod button. You'll select your size by pressing the pod button again, and it'll do 8, 10, or 12 ounce cups. When you're ready, press that brew button. The coffee brews in under a minute, and it's a convenient way to enjoy a single cup. Overall, I think this is a really smart coffee machine for at-home coffee lovers. It really does it all, and it makes great coffee fast. The drip machine brews relatively fast, and it holds up to 12 cups, meaning you can brew enough coffee for a large family or a die-hard coffee drinker. I think the grinder works just fine, and you could certainly espouse how a burr grinder would produce a finer brew, but this gets the job done well. For those who need a quicker cup or something on the go, the built-in Keurig pod coffee option is convenient too. The machine is easy to fill with water, it's easy to clean, and all of the parts are dishwasher safe. If there's any downsides to this machine, it's that it is a bit on the larger side, so it might be a challenge to place in some kitchens. But that aside, I think this is an outstandingly versatile coffee maker that can satisfy the coffee lovers in your home. It sells for about $229 US or $379 Canadian, and you can get yours, as I got mine, from Amazon. If this machine is a little involved for you, I've reviewed another Cuisinart coffee maker that's far simpler. I've had that one for many years, and you can check out the review now, or watch my review of a standalone Keurig pod machine. Check out either of those videos right now.